Hello and welcome to Kolkata. I am Mamata Banerjee. Now, Mamata Banerjee has spent several hours of the day painting a canvas on her Dharna Manch in central Kolkata. And she painted the canvas in green, black, and white, and she titled it SIR. This at the same time that the Chief Election Commissioner was in West Bengal for 2 days and then was holding a press conference Tuesday afternoon where he tried valiantly to convince the people of Bengal that elections this time would be free and fair and that the SIR was not a diabolical plan to disenfranchise voters in this state. Big developments in New Delhi too. The Supreme Court ordered Calcutta High Court Chief Justice to set up as many appellate tribunals as required, headed by former High Court judges, to hear complaints of voters being excluded by SIR. Mamata Banerjee, who claimed the order was her victory and ended her dharna on the streets, said not just the 60 lakh voters currently being adjudicated, even those left out of earlier rounds of SIR, 58 lakh at last count, could appeal. Will all appeals have to be decided before elections can be held? Clarity is awaited on that count. Nowhere else did SIR kick up the kind of turmoil that it did in West Bengal. Thousands of people queuing up for days with documents to try and ensure that they could prove they were voters in the state. Hundreds of people died, allegedly because of the strain of not knowing for sure whether they could make it to the voting list or not. In West Bengal, everything else is forgotten. No roti, no kapra, no makan, only SIR is the issue in this election.
আমাদের যে ভয় বা আশঙ্কা ছিল বিজেপির চাপে প্রকৃত ভোটারদের নাম কেটে দেওয়া হচ্ছে।
The credit for this must go to Mamata Banerjee, who has turned a routine administrative process into a political and electoral weapon against her opponents. In her hands, SIR has become the worst possible insult the BJP could deliver to Bengali Asmita. And it is all part of a plot by the BJP in Mamata Banerjee's books to use the Election Commission to dislodge her from power in 2026. The BJP's response: Mamata Banerjee is the protector of Ghuspetias and infiltrators, all Bangladeshis or Rohingyas, certainly all Muslims, whose names have been fraudulently included in the electoral rolls of Bengal in the past. This SIR, the BJP is convinced, would cleanse those rolls.
ममता जी के राज में बंगाल में सिर्फ एक व्यक्ति का स्वागत होता है, वो है घुसपैठिए। आ जाओ, दरवाजा खुला है, तुम्हारा स्वागत है।
If conducted without a hitch, who knows what truths might have emerged. But Mamata Banerjee donned black and white robes and went to Supreme Court, where she pleaded before the Chief Justice of India and urged him to save genuine voters and perhaps even more powerfully, save democracy. That day, Mamata Banerjee earned a new title, the title of the People's Petitioner. The optics were that powerful. It was also the day many analysts and observers in West Bengal declared the elections done and dusted. Two elements in the SIR process became contentious in West Bengal. One was logical discrepancy, and the other, the mapping with the previous SIR. Now, we are told, none of it is really officially put down on paper, that when it came to mapping, in other states, you could map yourself against any relative whose name was there in a previous SIR. For West Bengal, that option became narrowed from any relative to parents and grandparents. That made the process much harder for the Bengal voter. The other issue, of course, is logical discrepancy. Things like the spelling of your name or what was the age gap between children and parents and grandchildren. These became contentious issues and got voters onto the logical discrepancy list. For instance, the way I write my name, Banerjee, you know, other people would write Bandyopadhyay. They are synonymous, interchangeable in Bengal, as is Chatterjee and Chattopadhyay, as is Ganguly and Gangotpadhyay. Now, these issues ended up with a lot of people getting on the logical discrepancy list. And then there is the fact that there is underage marriage in India, not just West Bengal. So the gap between the age of parents and children is often narrow. And finally, in the past, people did have many children, perhaps 5 or 6 or even 7. Now, if 7 people put the same name as their father's name in the enumeration forms, they could all get called for questioning under logical discrepancy. At last count, which is the roll of February 28, there are about 7.08 crore voters in West Bengal. But that list includes the names of some 60 plus lakh people who are under the adjudication of some 700 judicial officers from Bengal, Odisha, and Jharkhand who are examining their documents to ensure that they are indeed genuine voters in West Bengal. The going is not swift, and questions are growing about whether the elections can be held in time by 7th of May, when a new government must be formed in West Bengal. During his 2-day Kolkata visit, the Chief Election Commissioner, Gyanesh Kumar, did a lot of interesting things. He went to Kalighat Temple, he went to Dakshineshwar, and he visited Belur Mott. But he did not answer 2 questions. One, can the elections in West Bengal be held in time so a government is in place by 7th May? And 2, how many Ghuspetias or Bangladeshis did SIR unearth in its entire process? These 2 questions remain unanswered. In the meantime, the Trinamool Congress is orchestrating a move along with other opposition parties to call for the impeachment of Mr. Gyanesh Kumar. Developments in this direction should be expected later this week. The last word on the SIR story is clearly yet to be said. And that's a wrap from Kolkata today. Keep watching The Federal for more news, more views, more color from poll-bound West Bengal.